In April, the acoustics team attended AXPONA in Chicago, the largest audio expo in North America, set up at the Renaissance Schaumburg Convention Center Hotel. And if you've never attended before, watch out for the geese. Just saying. But one of the biggest problems with audio expos in general is that hotel rooms tend to be really tricky when it comes to sound. Thin walls, weird dimensions, reflective surfaces, noises coming from the hallways. And yet, somehow, DreamScapes AV managed to build some of the most convincing home theater and hi-fi demos we heard at the entire expo, including a full 9.2.4 Dolby Atmos setup inside a room that honestly had no business sounding that big. DreamScapes AV is a nationwide custom installation company, but what interested us most wasn't just the gear they brought. It was the philosophy behind the rooms. Each setup was trying to solve a different problem, and each room had its own personality.
That's what I look for, is brands that we think are the best, or the best at a given price point.
The first room that grabbed our attention was their hi-fi room, where they paired Alcons monitors with benchmark amplification. And the vibe in here was very different from the typical, look how loud this gets kind of demo. Also, yes, Alcons literally trademarked the phrase hemp horn, which sounds like either an audio technology or a brass instrument rental shop in Portland, Oregon.
We're on the new Alcons MR10 monitors, which are incredibly resolving, and because of the tweeter design in them, they're non-fatiguing. So even in a recording studio, you can listen to them for hours with
because technically they're professional monitors, right?
Correct.
I mean, that's what they designed them for.
Our goal was to build the lowest distortion, cleanest power amplifier that we could possibly build, and starting with Class D, that would be
hard to do.
You know, you got two, it's hard to do. So it is a Class AB with a dual set of rails. And what's really unique about this is that we have feed-forward error correction. And what the feed-forward error correction does is it keeps the amplifier clean when you're driving very low impedances. It also means that when you go into bridge mono, it's spectacularly clean instead of taking a
more than
hit.
doubling the power. I mean, almost four times
quadrupling the power.
Almost 4 times.
And so they play 6 dB louder in bridge mono.
What we appreciated about this room was restraint. Everything felt intentional, controlled, hyper clean. It definitely wasn't trying to overwhelm you. And then the following day, DreamScapes had transformed that same room into something a little warmer, a little more groovy with the Latvian-made Aretai loudspeakers.
Very, very flat, clean signal from 18 hertz up to 22K in the room, and the impulse response that we measured in here is just amazing. It's a cardioid design, so there's also a little driver in the back, and the bass from these is profound. People are often asking if there's subwoofers with them. There are not. And the whole reason they mounted this bass driver at the level that they did in the speaker is they found that it was most accurate on the receiving end for the sensation of a kick drum, and that it's actually generating that pulse against you that you feel at chest height when it's at this level. The one on the back is at a different height, so it's not exciting room modes as much. It's inert cabinets, great dispersion pattern, and so we're very excited about this speaker. It's one of our very favorite passive speakers, and we're excited to announce that we are actually becoming Aretai's distributor, and we're going to be setting up a dealer network of like-minded individuals that also have a great respect for science, engineering, measurement-led design.
And honestly, that was the moment when we started realizing DreamScapes wasn't building these rooms around specs. They were building them around emotional impact. Now, obviously, none of these listening rooms work without content, whether that be music tracks or scenes from movies. And whether you love Kaleidescape or think 4K Blu-ray discs reign supreme, you cannot deny how ridiculously good the user experience was in that room.
This server is great for that, because if you want about 125 movies to pick from, even if you own 500, it's the 125 that you like. They're right there at your fingertips. You just browse through them, press play. And if you're like my teenage kids, when you walk into into the theater, you don't know what you're going to watch.
Okay.
And you maybe don't have the attention span to watch an entire movie, right? They're just watching scenes, they're creating scripts, making collections, just browsing around, having fun in the theater.
That's, I think, one of the coolest parts about the Kaleidescape experience is if you're a movie buff and you like certain quotes from certain movies, you can put together a script that pulls from 10 different movies, just the highlights, just the funny parts of like Caddyshack or Stripes, or put it all together in a script, just press play, and you're just like chilling with your buddies, you know, having a couple of brews and watching all your favorite movie clips.
Yeah, like a lot of people have said that experience has changed their relationship with their media room or their theater.
Yeah.
Changes the way they watch movies.
Right, you've got lossless audio, you've got 4K, you got HDR with Dolby Vision.
Yeah, we are the world's only high fidelity movie library.
Okay.
So when we're putting a file together, we're making sure that it is reference quality 4K. We're passing through, we don't touch the audio. It's lossless audio straight from the master. It is truly the only way digitally that you can get a high fidelity playback.
Right. As close to the cinema mezzanine file as you can
come. As close as you can get.
Yeah.
Now, whatever that file size needs to be, once we've run through it and made sure that it is up to the standards, the file size is the file size.
Honestly, being able to instantly pull up reference scenes or even make a playlist of your favorite scenes like you would on Spotify, that's dangerous. But maybe the future of enjoying the movies you love? But in that same room with the Kaleidescape player and server, that's the one everyone was talking about. DreamScapes somehow fit a full 9.2.4 Theory audio design theater into one of the smallest demo rooms at the show. And I genuinely don't understand how this thing sounded as massive as it did. This is the kind of demo that resets your expectations at a largely hi-fi show like AXPONA. Yes, it's true that no one else at this expo even considered having a system that large compacted into a small hotel room. But that's not the point. The point is, it absolutely should not have sounded this cinematic or this large for that matter.
And what we have here is a Theory Audio system, which is running their SB85 and all of their SB25s. The SB25s are the sounds and the height channels. What makes that unique relative to other soundbars is it capitalizes on the technology that is in each of the SB25s. So you get the same sort of tonal balance and overall effect from all the speakers in the same manner that you would expect. Now, feeding this, we have the ALC 1809. It's a 9-channel amp. First 2 are for the subs, next 3 for left, center, and right, which gives you about 300 watts per channel. We have the surrounds and heights then split between the remaining channels on the ALC 1809 and 2 DL250s. And I think you'll find it's a quite well-balanced system for the size of this room.
What impressed us the most about these rooms wasn't just the gear. It was the understanding that great audio experiences are about system design. Room acoustics, speaker integration, content, calibration especially, and intentionality. And DreamScapes managed to make all of that work inside temporary hotel rooms, which begs the question, if they can pull this off in a less than ideal space like a hotel room in 24 hours, imagine what they can do in your home over many days. And there you have it, folks. Huge thanks to DreamScapes AV for getting in touch with us and letting us experience these rooms at AXPONA 2026. And let us know in the comments which room you would like to hear first. Until next time.